This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and MisterGreen. Yo, what's up? We're now in front of the house and behind me here you see Tesla Model S Plaid from MisterGreen. So in this video I'm going to try something here. You know, I tested, it was a while ago, was it one year ago or something, or maybe longer? I tested a Tesla Model 3 to see how long can you actually idle the car or keep the car warm during winter. And it managed to survive for 3 days, roughly 72 hours before the battery actually shut down. So that was with the 82 kilowatt hour Model 3 long range, or was it performance? I don't remember. But this one is 100 kilowatt hours, so it has a bigger battery, it has the heat pump. So how long can this car survive? Will it actually survive 4 days, 96 hours? We will see. You know, it will keep the car warm maybe even longer than fossil cars, because when fossil cars idle, they are quite inefficient. But okay, so right now I'm just heating up, I'm charging up the car to 100%, and I can show you that this is proper winter. We have snow and shit over here. It hasn't melted yet. We have the grayscale landscape. So yeah, and then so I was told that these are the original rims. It's just that MisterGreen for some reason took out the wheel caps. Not sure why he would do that, but okay. Anyway, I present to you the Joker. Okay, now I'll show you here. So yeah, it's kind of confusing, but the car claims the charging is complete, but it's not complete. It's still charging at 1 kilowatt. It goes really slow. I was hoping to start at noon, but I see now that that is not possible. We will actually sit and wait until the car finishes charging. So I will just explain to you. You see here we have usable remaining. This is the energy that the car estimates we can get from 100% or 101% to 0%, but then expected remaining is higher because there's a buffer. Okay, I can switch over to another tab here. I can show you some more numbers. You see here, energy buffer. So the car tries to keep 4.3. What the heck happened there? The car tries to keep 4.3 kilowatt hour buffer below. Wait, where did it go now? Well, I think it was further up here. Sorry, the numbers tend to jump around a little bit. Here, okay. This one is like the zero buffer. Below 0%, you can drive 4.4 kilowatt hour, something like that. So anyway, but I will stay on this tab here because I have the most used numbers here. So you see, oh yeah, maybe actually one number I want to see is the voltage. So we have like a, yeah, we should scroll down here, you can see the cell voltages. So we are charging it up, yeah, you see, it's almost 4.2 volt. So that means that the car is almost fully charged. So we just have to wait a little bit more until the car stops charging. All right, we finished charging, 5 minutes past noon. So now the car is pulling 300 watts only to maintain the heat. Well, actually, most of this is actually the screen. So if we would shut down everything, shut the screens, it would be even lower than this. But I'm going to use camp mode because we want to make this realistic. Let's say there's a freaking snowstorm outside. Okay, it's not that bad right now. It's 2 degrees Celsius, but it gets colder at night. So this is the most winter we can get right now. And it's not practical for me to camp in a car out in the mountain for 4 days. So we're going to do it like this. Yes, and now I guess we'll see. So now I reset the trip here. So you see that energy here will eventually start counting up, and this and whatever. It's yeah. And then, so I will just use camp mode, I guess. And I'm not sure what happens with the screens eventually, but it should stay on since we are testing something like that. But okay, one thing that is not realistic though is that I'm not going to stay in the car. Because actually a human will generate 80 watts of heat. So it would actually be an advantage for me to stay in the car. And if we have several people in the car also, they add 80 watts, right? But on the other hand, some people might enter and exit the car to pee or something like that, you know. Try to make this a realistic test, even though it's not that common to kind of camp in the car for 4 days. So, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some other stuff. I'm actually going to run errands, and then I have another Tesla that, okay, I can show you that. Yeah, so the setup, since you guys are wondering what's gonna happen, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. So I also have another model, the S. This is the long range from MisterGreen also. And then meanwhile, while I'm testing this one, because it takes freaking forever, then I'm also going to be testing that one, the long range. I will do 1,000 kilometer challenge, range test, acceleration, noise test and stuff. And meanwhile, we just run this one. Yeah, and then I can just keep the HVAC running at 21 degrees Celsius auto. And then when the rear is off, yeah, okay, well, actually, okay, this rear is off. So yeah, we will see how it goes. All right, it's been over 6 hours now, and you see, after just a little while, then the campfire that was here just went away, and now it's just a black screen which says camp mode, tap to dismiss. And then in the back, actually, the screen switched off, and then you see, interesting. So now we have 2 degrees Celsius outside still, but 96% on display here. But then the real state of charge is actually 97%, and that's because the battery has cooled down now to 10 degrees Celsius. So yeah, practically when you have 10 degrees Celsius, then you have less energy. Like, that's why the car says 96. Eventually, if it gets colder, we should see the snow crystal, but we'll see. Not yet. But okay, so even after over 6 hours, we're still at 97%, and we spend only 3 kilowatt hour. That's roughly 500 watts on average. Okay, well, really? Wait, how long are we gonna survive really in here? Huh? Okay, I guess we just have to see, but yeah, this is gonna take a long time. So if I make one report every 6 hours, the video is gonna be really long. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. It's now 10 in the evening, and it started snowing a while ago. So the car is kind of snowed down. This is cool because it gives a more dramatic thumbnail, but also more realistic test, because I think snow on the windscreen actually causes the consumption to go up a little bit. So let me show you how. Well, the windows are kind of clear, right? Panorama roof is also kind of clear, at least on the front side, but you see it in the back and the back here, then it's not melted. So I guess it's because we just keep the front heated, not the rear. Oh, interesting. You see, earlier today when we did the checkpoint, I calculated that the average power was only 520 watts since start. But now it's 625 watt average after 10 hours and 15 minutes roughly. So the average has gone up quite a lot, and you can see that right now it's pulling 1 kilowatt, and it was pulling only 500 watts earlier. So yeah, I think the reason is that we have to melt the snow. You see, the car needs to use a lot of extra energy melting the snow. So actually snowing is bad, and it's going to snow through the night and also until the midday tomorrow or something, or tomorrow morning. So this will of course be bad for consumption, but on the other hand, it's more realistic that we have mixed weather and also mix some snow into this. And also you see that it seems like the temperature in the battery has dropped to roughly 10 degrees Celsius, and then it stays there, so it doesn't go any lower than that. Good morning, it's now 9. Oh, I just realized, okay, the snow on the hood actually slid down this morning. Okay, so now it's been 21 hours of camping. Let's check inside then. Okay, according to the car's display, we have 82% left, 1 degree Celsius. And if we look here, ScanMyTesla reports 16.9 kilowatt hour. And then based on the time now, which is 21 hours and 20 minutes, then we have average 792 watts. So the average goes up, obviously, because here you see that we are pulling 1 kilowatt. So I guess we've been pulling 1 kilowatt since last night. So, okay, if we keep pulling 1 kilowatt, then we should get 90, a little bit over 90 hours, right? Well, okay, fortunately this test won't take too long. First I thought, oh, is this gonna take over 100 hours? Man, I got better things to do. Okay, other than that, okay, you see here, this one, the battery still stays at the same temperature. So the car keeps the battery, yeah, above a certain, at least above ambient temperature. That actually costs a little bit of energy. So you see, I've been staying in Plaid mode, but it shouldn't matter. Some people claim that Plaid mode keeps the battery at higher temperature. But we've been camping, we've been using camp mode stationary. So, all right, but let's switch over to chill mode to see if anything happens. Okay, it's almost 4 in the afternoon now. So that means, how much is this? 24 hour plus almost 4 hours and close to 28 hours camping. So man, I have to say the weather changes so much. It was snowing yesterday. I cleared the snow this morning. Now it has melted. Okay, let's see how it is inside here. Wow, it's actually 8 degrees Celsius outside. That is an advantage, of course. I almost feel like it's blowing a bit of cold air here, but okay. Well, at least tonight I saw the weather forecast is going to be sub-zero temperature, so everything will just freeze now and become really slippery. Welcome to Norway. But okay, so according to the numbers so far, it seems like we have, if you look here, 20.6 kilowatt hour, we have roughly 740 watt average since start. So right now we're spending less than last night, which is good. But you look here, cell temp mid has dropped now. Interesting. So it could seem like chill mode does lower the battery temperature versus Plaid, or I'm not sure about Sport. I haven't tested that one. So you could say, well, should we retest? We had to redo the test. Well, yeah, but okay. Actually, when I started the test, I had a very good advantage because the battery was at 40 degrees Celsius. It was almost unfair how nice and hot it was. So you can say, yes, so the disadvantage with using Plaid mode kind of counters for that one. So I say, yeah, it's still a fair test, you know, as if we started with, let's say, 20 or 10 or 20 degrees Celsius in a pack. But the weird thing is that when I did the range test with this car, I tried different modes here, Plaid versus chill, and then the battery temperature didn't really change. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe I should test range test again with chill mode and see how it goes. But at least it's good that actually Plaid keeps the battery at higher temperature versus chill and sport. So it kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, all right. What the heck? It's 1:30 at night now. Second night of camping. And it's freaking snowing again. So it means that 2 nights in a row now we have snow. So yeah, I want to check out. It always out. Yo, what's up? I want to check out how the consumption is now when it's snowing. It should be higher than 1 kilowatt, right? Well, we're almost in the end of February. I thought spring is supposed to come soon. Well, apparently not. All right, we are down to 68%, 1 degree Celsius outside. And yeah, you see here, cell voltage has dropped to 3.9. We have spent 29.7 kilowatt hour, and then the time so far is 36.75 hours. So 808 watt average since we started. You see, the average power has gone up, which means that, yeah, right now you see we're spending over 1 kilowatt. So it seems like I see a trend now that at night, the power is like 1 kilowatt, and then in the daytime it might drop to 500, 600 watt only. So I pull in a little bit of moisture inside the car now, so the HVAC needs to work a little bit harder. But also one other observation is that the cell temp doesn't really drop that much. It was 9.5 degrees earlier today, right? So I'm actually not really sure if chill mode made any difference. Okay, but whatever, I will go inside now and get some sleep, and then we see what happens in the morning. Good morning. This is the second day now. We've been camping for 48 hours and the car is still running. So it was snowing a lot last night. Yeah. Wait, what the heck is this? Not family. This is dog pee. Shit, that's not our dog. Okay, but yeah, the car was covered by snow last night, but you see that it has melted. You can see traces here. So it must have used some extra energy, heating it up and then melting the snow. So let's check inside, what's going on then. All right, so after 48 hours, we have an average of 833 watts. And then you see here, we are pulling 1 kilowatt, but hopefully during the day now, we will need less power to maintain heat in the cabin. Yeah, the sun is there. Hopefully when it turns around, we still get some sun in here. But yeah, look at this. So, we are not even halfway. We have 57%, but not only that, but we are actually going below zero this time. So this is the number we have to look for. So we see we have spent 40 kilowatt hour. We have 57 left, which means that right now it could look like we can camp more than 4 days, more than 96 hours. Are we actually gonna break the 100-hour mark? We will see, but this is looking really, really good. So let's see, how is it outside? 3 degrees Celsius. Yeah, okay. There's a slight difference here between the displayed percent versus the real state of charge, but that's probably because the temperature in the pack is lower. But still, you see here, but the cell temp is staying at 8 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure why the car decides to do it like that. I've seen Kia keep it like colder. It was, I think Kia kept it at 0 degrees Celsius. And this battery also has some cobalt. It's not LFP battery, so it should be able to work, but maybe Tesla prioritized to not have it too cold. But that will actually consume a little bit of extra energy, keeping the battery at 8 degrees Celsius. This is the 3rd day of camping now, and actually if you count everything, it's getting close to 81 hours. And you know, the Model 3 had to bail out after almost 72 hours, then boom, the contactor open, and then bam, that was it. Here we are still going strong. Can we do 100 hours? We'll see, I guess. And you know, I feel like we have gone through some weather changes over just over the 3 days. I mean, look here now, it's kind of okay, we see the asphalt again, but you know, it was quite snowy. You see the snow mountains here piled up, and it was snowing, and then during the day it had melted. Now it's like ice. But yeah, you see, I tried to secure the car from rolling back and forward because now I will show you what the struggle is. You see, we have 22% battery left, and the problem is that camp mode that we have been using until now, very convenient, it only works until 20%. And then we have to find another solution. So in the case of the Model 3, I then put the car in neutral, and with a rice trick or something, I managed to keep it running without having to be inside the car. So hopefully it also works here. But by the way, the OBD stuff here, ScanMyTesla, is not here. You see, I took out all the stuff. It's in that other Model 3, no, sorry, Model S Palladium. I'm going to do 1,000 kilometer challenge actually tonight with that one, while we are also running this. Okay, 21% now. But you see, it's going to happen tonight while I'm gone. So I have to make sure that the heater and everything is still running. So we have to now go to the classic camp mode. Okay, this is the final part of the test. You know, it's by law, at least in Europe, that when you are in drive mode or neutral, whatever, there has to be some kind of light on. So we cannot turn the lights completely off. The headlights, wait, well, how's the back? Okay, well, at least the back is off, okay. But look here. So we use the rice trick. We buckle up, and then we can put the car in neutral. Driver's door is open, okay. But I guess if you just close it, yeah. And then we can lock the door via the app, and that's it. That's the same trick I used when with the Model 3 also. Let's see, wait, come on. There. Yeah, so now we're locked. Yeah, okay, well, I have to turn off the cabin light, by the way. It's on right now, but I just wanted to show you guys. So this is how the car is going to be now. But we still have 20% battery plus buffer below 0. So I guess it has to stay like this for another 24 hours. Oh, this is it. It's Sunday now. So according to the clock now, it's been 4 days and almost 1 hour. So that means almost 97 hours, and the car is still running. I've been busy driving 1,000 kilometer challenge with the Model S long range Palladium, and then I had the app and I saw that the state of charge actually during the night dropped faster than before, and I think I know why. I'm gonna see inside now. See, now we are at 0% in this place. What, is it really 5 degrees Celsius? Yeah, you know, it feels nice and warm outside, but it was cold last night. It was -4 or 5 degrees last night. But yeah, that could be why. But look here, the temperature in the pack has gone up. Okay, well, I don't know if you can see it there. So I think the car has been pre-programmed to do this. So towards the end, the temperature, I mean, earlier it was hovering at 8 degrees, 8.5 degrees Celsius, but now it actually actively tries to heat it up, because when you heat up the batteries, you will get slightly more energy out of it. It's like a trade-off. So that's probably why we are then suddenly dropping faster. But actually, you see, the real state of charge is 1.1%. Now we're pulling only 800 watt, which is good. The sun is kind of shining over there. Oh yeah, so we will try to harvest the last day now before the car shuts down. But also another interesting thing is that if you look here, oops, let me adjust here a little bit. So we have stationary. When I use camp mode, then the stationary is counting. But then once I use the neutral, then, I mean, per definition, on the car's definition, we were not stationary anymore. So then the energy was counting. So if we add these two, you see that we have spent 92.3 kilowatt hour, but we still have 1 kilowatt hour left of usable remaining, and then there's a buffer below. So actually we can just look at this one. So we should have 5 more kilowatt hour, and that could mean 6 more hours of camping maybe. Yeah, so it ain't over yet until the contactors open. This is it, the final run. We have camped for almost 102 hours. That is simply amazing. And then here we see ScanMyTesla. Okay, so now we're pulling 800, 900 watts. The battery temperature has gone up a little bit, all right? And here total, by the way, stationary plus energy, we have 97.5 kilowatt hour, and the car estimates another 0.4 kilowatt hour. And then also, if we switch over to the alt tab, I'm going to show you something here. So when will the car shut down? Well, I guess it depends on the cell voltage. If we scroll, wow, there's someone there. Wow. Look here, this is interesting. We actually have quite large imbalance, IMBA. But look here, so cell voltage ranges from 2.8 something, right? But then there are some cells that are significantly lower. This one, look here, whoa. Is this like a representation of how low it should be? Because it seems to be almost empty, but it's at 2.6. I wonder if there's a cut out limit at 2.5 volt, which means that the cell 43 is about to go DED, and then the whole pack needs to also follow, otherwise you damage that cell. Whoa, look at this, cell 85 is at 2.6. Oh, okay. So I guess we just have to wait and see. Maybe that's the prediction here, is that okay, we have 0.38, so yeah, it will take roughly 20 more minutes maybe. Whoa, that's it, the heater stopped. It's, you know, it appears to be on, but it stopped. Oh, all right, let me see. 72.7 plus 2, oh, well, it claims to have 0.2 kilowatt hour left, or 1.1 kilowatt hour more. But yes, we have camped for more than 102 hours. Okay, 102 hours and 10 minutes now. I guess minutes doesn't matter, yeah. But, well, let me see. The main battery is still being discharged. You can see here, I pulled out some of the cell voltages. Well, what the heck is going to happen now? Because we're battery power. We are not pulling anything from the battery. Okay, I guess the car is dead. Wait, can we draw? Oh, yeah, unable to draw. Yeah, I've seen that message. It appears here, not in the main screen. There. Electrical system power reduced. Oh. Vehicle shutting down. That's it. That is it. Oh, here are the alerts. Electrical system power reduced, all right. We have electrical system is unable to support all features. We have unable to drive. Well, I guess that's it then, huh? Well, there's nothing else to pull out from it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think eventually the 12 volt will cut out, and also the OBD power will cut out. I'm not sure. Well, it seems to still be running, or is it? Yeah, but I think that's it. So what was it that this is 102 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, but we just round it to 102 hours. So that's it. The battery is dead. DED. Right, but at least 12 volt is working, charge point working, and we're gonna plug it in. Oh, interesting. Just like that Model 3 I tested. You see, once we start charging, it goes kind of slow. I mean, we have 25. I set the charger to allow 25 amp which is around 5 kilowatt, but it's only pulling 1 kilowatt and it's slowly charging. You can see here, slowly charging. I wonder if it's, yeah, now you see the cell voltage on the lower cells, they start going up a little bit. So I guess we have to wait a little bit until it can ramp up. Well, I found a bug in the system. You see, we are still at 0%, or technically we're at -4%. But if I do this, for example, if I do like this, and I want to go to supercharger downtown, the car estimates that we will arrive with 98%. Okay, well, but we have 0%. How is that going to calculate? Okay, I guess Tesla will fix this bug. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now it takes full power. No, wait, it's free. Okay, let me see. If I turn off HVAC. Oh yeah, now we're cooking 5 kilowatt. Oh, we are back in the game. So this was a pretty fun experiment, and it shows that a modern EV with a big battery like a Tesla, it can actually last over 100 hours. And that is actually right on par with a fossil car. Because if you have, let's say, a diesel car that consumes 0.7 liters per hour, and then we have a 70-liter tank, it will also last for 100 hours. But then, how the heck can it be? Because fossil cars, they're supposed to have way better range than EVs. How can they be right on par when they're idle? Well, it's just the fact that when you are idling a fossil car, you're just spinning that engine for almost no reason. And then 0.7 liters per hour actually equivalents to 7 kilowatt. And then, so we are burning 7 kilowatt of fuel, but then we are only utilizing roughly 1 kilowatt of that for heating up the cabin. And the remains goes, I guess, through the hood a little bit, through the exhaust. That's it. So 6 kilowatt of waste energy, and then only 1 kilowatt of usable energy. Whereas in a Tesla or other EVs, we use that 1 kilowatt and then we heat up the cabin. And that becomes way more efficient, way smarter. Huh? And then, yeah, then that got me thinking. So previously I tried the Model 3 because that one actually lasted for 72 hours. This one was 102 hours. Which EV on the market today can beat the Tesla? EQS today doesn't have heat pump. I'm not sure about EQS SUV. EQS has bigger battery, that will help. What about the BMW i7? That one also has over 100 kilowatt hour net capacity. This one has, well, okay, actually by the end of the day, when we pull everything out, it was actually 98 kilowatt hour. That is also quite big. That's going to be hard to beat. And then just the octovalve heat pump technology in Tesla is also going to be pretty hard to beat. Maybe Lucid Air, but it's not out on the market in Europe yet. Which car do you guys think can beat this Model S Plaid? Huh? Let me know in the comment section. Yes. So I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.